guarantee you that most of the chat is excited for this title, South Park Fractured But Whole.
I'm excited for that one.
I mean, everyone really loved the first game. It was such a fun game to stream. It was such an uncomfortable game to stream at the same time, but it was great all the way through. I think obviously the superhero approach to it too.
You remember when they made me and Zeke do the Nosculus rift?
We were talking about it this morning.
I smelled that fart smell for the following month. Like
no,
it was.
Zeke said it couldn't even be classified as a fart smell.
I had that. He took his nose thing off after 2 seconds too. Like it was like a vomit, like a putrid. Anyway, it's a great game, and they've done a lot to promote it.
So initial reactions to the poll is it's looking a little bit more for the nays.
That's okay. So I understand there's 2 camps. There's like I don't know if you know Flitz from Smosh, but he like predicted this. He was like, all I want to do is go to Egypt to slide down the pyramid. That looks amazing. But I feel like for the other half of the crowd, this doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game.
I mean, I really don't know what to say. You know, I feel like first off, Assassin's Creed fans tend to like they definitely have some big demands for this game, right?
Yeah.
There's been take us to feudal Japan, and then there was some sort of
I would rather see that. Is that bad?
So no, I mean, like I think that's one of the things. It's like, hey, we've been asking, or some people have been asking, but is it a fan base that you can like, you're going to make everyone happy in one sweep? So I think the gameplay will speak for itself. One game I am excited for as far as franchise is concerned, and here you're kind of seeing some of the footage that we saw earlier. They did adopt the Eagle. We were talking about from Eagle Flight.
Well,
right?
that was they spent all that time rendering Paris for the last Assassin's Creed that they I think booted up their rendering into this other game, Eagle Flight, and now they've sort of combined both elements, which makes me wonder perhaps there's more to this game than we saw at the initial conference.
And I think because Ubisoft wouldn't miss out on a chance to kind of blow you away with Assassin's Creed at their own conference, that we probably just saw very surface level stuff. So will we see more? That's the question we're going to have answered very, very soon. Far Cry 5 pre-released and with trailer and a bunch of extra footage set in Montana. I'm expecting like a big gameplay playthrough.
Oh wow, they did some. I mean, when the last Far Cry came
Ubisoft is
out,
some
I was
of my
working for
favorite
Ubisoft. We did some
games.
crazy stuff. I don't even remember our animal fighting ring.
Yes,
So
yes, I do.
The entire spectacle around Far Cry is so exciting. Like I can't wait to see all the different stuff they do. They took somebody to like the mountains.
I'm making
They
sure
took
that my
them
stream
to,
is not lagging
to
too
climb
much. Because
Mount
if it's
Everest.
lagging too much, I'm just not going to
Ubisoft
stream.
did. So there's going to be some cool stuff for this as well.
So
I'm sure.
Because
like
my
I said,
browser is
gameplay
being
probably,
really slow.
maybe even another trailer,
But it could
learn
just be
more
my
about
browser being
the good
slow.
guys,
It could
bad guys,
actually
the
be
characters you'll
streaming
playing,
okay.
etc. 'Cause
It
a
looks
lot of
actually
people
like
are
it's doing
curious.
fine,
Like,
so-
Montana's kind of flat. Sure, there's some mountains, but it's not like there's a
Ubisoft,
bunch
I love
of buildings
Ubisoft.
and
Ubisoft
stuff,
made
and
my
Zeke,
favorite
our
game.
resident Montana
They
resident,
made
actually,
Mist
said
Online,
this. So,
or Mist.
we'll have to see what
Cyan
happens.
made
The
Mist
other
Online.
thing, Rachel,
Revive.
Ubisoft fans know the name Sam Fisher and the series Splinter Cell.
You think
and
so?
That's one that has been very absent for a long time. Now, based off of what Ubisoft has out, Siege, and even with Wildlands coming out, potentially Far Cry 5, like, is there room for this? Like, Splinter Cell fans say yes, right? Give us the full
I need more
stealth,
than one monitor.
espionage, and bring Sam Fisher back. He's a badass. Question is will that come true?
That's kind of like the one surprise they really have left for us, right? Everyone else has sort of either called it or we've seen some confirmation or heard that it's definitely absolutely not going to be here.
I wish my webcam was
so,
like down
yeah,
here.
Splinter Cell could be their pocket ace.
I think
Because it looks like I'm looking
it's
down.
one of those where it's like, okay,
Sorry,
we haven't
guys.
seen it for a while,
This is the first time I've done
so
this.
there would
I've
be a
never
time
really.
that
I
it
streamed
comes
creative
this,
once,
even if it's an
but I didn't
investment,
use
right?
really like
I
OBS
could
in a
just see it
sense
right
that
now,
I green screened
a
myself into
head
the corner
turning
like I just
around, and
did.
all of
And
a sudden, like, the green
hey,
goggles,
Bobby's
right?
here.
Like, that's what you
There's a
see, and
lag.
then
There's like a
everyone
really
knows
bad
exactly what it
30-second
is.
lag. So
I mean, for fans, that would probably just appease them. So I mean,
just so you know, so
that's
I
just
might
Good Evil
I
2,
might see chat
if we got
because my
surprised by
stream
that.
is
The
just
Marcus Market has its demands.
my computer
Can we
is
see the
crap,
poll
so
one more time
this-
for are you
it might be
excited
like 30
for
seconds before I
Assassin's
actually
Creed
see your
Origins? Just
response.
curious to see where we kind of landed on
Sorry.
that.
Wow, we're at 72% no.
I mean,
That's
maybe
salty chat,
maybe
maybe?
today there's just not a whole
No,
lot.
wow.
Maybe there is just Beyond Good and Evil 2 fans in there,
Nobody
and
wants
they're
to
mad. Or Far Cry fans.
see that.
But the Kingdom Battle and the sort of
There's so many
the
Assassin's Creed
crossover with the
games.
Rabbids makes a lot of sense. One thing we did talk about is Ubisoft's typically been ahead of the curve when it comes to Nintendo hardware, but we don't
It is low
know
res.
much about what they're going to do with the Switch. So is this a Switch title? That would make a lot of sense, you know.
Well,
if they're
they've
gonna-
had great motion games before. They've
Yep.
done a lot, like a pioneering in the way of some workout games.
I did that on
dance games are
purpose
fantastic.
so that it
They
wouldn't
have a big
lag.
presence on Connect, so they can take a lot of that learning and bring it into some really fun controller-based gameplay. I think for the Switch,
Right.
I would love to see them do some Shaking Rabbits. I mean, those games are great for parties, and the Switch is everywhere in all my friends' homes now. So
No! God damn it. See, here I am trying to mess with things and I ruined it. Look what I did. I broke it, guys! I bet it's gonna show an ad. See, I'm streaming it through the direct link. It's not through my Twitch, so it keeps playing ads. Just so you know, an ad might pop up in the middle of an important conversation. Watch, see, yeah, it's just playing an ad. Yeah, OBS is complicated. I could try and explain it to you, Poppy, but yeah, 5-hour energy.
Ubisoft, right? Is there an opportunity
I
there?
could not figure
I
out,
don't-
because I got a direct
I
link to
don't
the
know.
stream.
Hypothetical questions we're asking.
yeah, that's
Direct
I
link
mean,
to
they
the
do
actual
love to
video
experiment. We
instead
saw,
of
Bridge Crew
a
as
browser
well.
capture.
They brought us that, so you know they certainly know
But
the VR space.
I
They
didn't know
certainly
how to
can entertain when they
attach
get there.
that
And it was something
link
that Zeke
with
mentioned
my
earlier
username
in
so
our
that I could
opening
take away
show that
Twitch
one
Prime
thing he would
ads.
love to see,
Or
you
get
know,
do the
so
Twitch
Bridge Crew
Prime
was
so
a
I don't have ads.
surprise last year. Everyone who played it at E3
I bet
was like,
our
this is
mutual
great, give it to
friend
me now.
would know, though.
Zeke said
The one
every
that I still
moment has been fascinating and amazing and so much fun, but he just wants more. This to me is just a phenomenal opportunity to
That's
potentially say,
true.
here's user-created content, right? If people were making their own missions, you know,
That's
some of that
true,
effect I
and there
think would
probably
really
wouldn't
help,
be
but
ads
any
every 5
level of
seconds, would there?
expansion or
Damn
additional
it.
content on top of
It's
this,
3
I feel
minutes
like
away
it'd be
from.
very well
I can't
received
though.
based
We're
off
like,
of
it's
how
about to
well
start.
game's been doing.
Especially like
That's
a lot
really
of
smart,
data
though. I'm
potential.
gonna
When the floor
test
opens,
that.
We're really gonna get a sense because this year the attendees are not just journalists. We have a lot of gaming fans coming in.
Star
and I just
Trek!
really want to see how they naturally react to these games, right?
Yeah.
be a fun
I
VR
mean,
game.
we've seen the tweets from Ubisoft as well. They're saying, hey, this is going to be a big one this year. Will we know all the things going into it? It seems like we might know
Yeah,
a couple.
thanks for
but
sticking
I
with the
feel
low
like I'm
res.
holding out for the E3 surprise right now.
Yohan,
The
if
crown is
anyone
being held
out there
by
wants
A
to
Way Out.
donate,
I feel like that
I
was
need a
presented
PC.
during Microsoft. It just
we
looks
decided
great.
that
It's
it would
right up my
cost
alley.
about $15,000
I'm
to
ready,
get the
though, for
nicest
whatever
computer
next-
that money
whatever
could
that
buy.
next big surprise is.
About
Ubisoft knows
15,000.
how to
If
do
you
a
went
press
on
conference. I
Newegg
mean, they
and
might
just
have
got
lost
the
Edge
nicest
this
products
year,
they have,
but they
probably
do know how to
between
entertain, they
$10,000
know
and
how to pace things
$20,000.
out, So I know they have to put some surprise in there.
And don't forget, later on today, of course, in between Ubisoft and Sony, we're going to bring you a bunch of games.
Yes,
new
it does slow me
information, some
down.
live demos. But then the Sony press conference, which I believe begins
yeah.
at 6 p.m. PT.
I'm
that's
just
gonna be
upset that the
happening,
lag
and,
is,
you know,
like,
Sony always likes to
really-
kind of be the
like the lag between
cherry
chat
on
and me
top of
talking.
things. They've
That
done
was the
that for
coolest.
The only
quite
bummer.
a while. And yeah,
A
last
better
year they
computer
sort of
will
put their
fix
foot
that.
down and say,
All
"Okay,
my problems
we
would
get
go
it."
away.
They put their
Gamers
foot
are
down and
wild.
the
If I
square
got-
lit up, Marcus.
and Kojima walked down, but
Why
they
is my
showed us
horn-
a lot of games, and we loved it because Microsoft
horn is
then was like,
yellow.
okay, cool, we
Yeah.
can do that too. Boom,
that
here's all our
green?
games. Getting another year of that would just be phenomenal.
It's okay. I did it. I
expect
slapped it
some VR
together.
news out of them
I'm
'cause
still
they've
proud
been
of
having,
myself.
you know, great VR.
I bet nobody's gonna get
sales.
on Watch Me Watch
but
this.
anything you're super stoked about, maybe as far
Coming
as
up for Sony.
yeah.
Ooh, you know what? They've really been doing some expansions for Final Fantasy 15. That's a game that I've really been going full completionist on.